So guys, what's going on? Casimero says that Inoue is scared of him. This is what Casimero had to say. He goes, Jason Maloney wanted a fight with me, but I don't want a fight with Maloney because I know that's easy for me. Because I want Inoue, but you know Inoue he fight Jason Maloney because that's easy, man. The champ's right here. He's always here. Inoue is the one that ran away this time. They don't want to fight whenever it was. The date we had coming up, they picked Maloney, an easy target. They could have took Casimero. They didn't take it. So Casimero's here for Guillermo Rogendao. He's here for Luis Neri. He's here for Inoue. Any of them. You saw the monster. Casimero, the monster. The real monster. So there's big talk from Sean Gibbons, who handles MP promotions. There's big talk from John Raul Casimero saying that Inoue is scared of him. Now, Inoue is a monster. He is a monster. And I think when Casimero gets in the ring, he'll realize that he is facing a monster. A lot of Filipinos find Casimero, there was a lot of Filipinos that have got in touch with me saying, now Casimero is quite arrogant. Listen, it's good believing in yourself. It's not arrogance, it's believing in yourself. Casimero believes that he's going to destroy Inoue. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with belief. Because as a boxer, you have to be deluded. You have to believe that you're going to win fights. But you have to believe that you're going to go in there and knock the guy out, even if the whole world doesn't believe so. The whole world don't think that Casimero has any shot against Inoue, but Casimero believes he has a chance against Inoue, and that's what matters because he's getting in the ring, not us. So, I think Inoue will stop him, but again, that's my belief. That's what I believe. But Casimero's getting in the ring. He believes he has a certain skill set that could cause Inoue. And listen, I see Casimero's believing. Casimero he believes in himself. He does believe he's going to go in there and dismantle Inoue, and that's good. That you've got to have that. You've got to have that. You've got to have that if you're going to go into a fight and win. It doesn't matter what the public and what we think is going to happen. It's about what Casimero believes is going to happen. He's going to go and make what he believes try to happen in the ring. So that's the most important thing. I do think I do give him a better chance now than I did a year ago. I just think his belief, his ability. I do think he's a quality fighter, Casimero. I think Casimero is very tough. He punches hard. He takes a good shot. He knocked out Zolani Tete, and Tete was a good fighter, and he dismantled him, really. So Casimero is a serious fighter. He fought Charlie Edwards, and Charlie Edwards said that Casimero is a strong dude, and he is. Casimero is really good. And I think, personally, I think he has a great chance against Inoue. I just think Inoue is special. He's the younger of the two. Inoue's, for me, will be too much for Casimero, but I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. I may be wrong again. Listen, Casimero's shown that he's also a monster. But I think to say that Inoue's scared, I don't think so. I think obviously Japan because of the pandemic, to make these big fights are not easy right now. Listen, I will say this though. This is a fight between two smaller men where the money's not going to be as crazy as the heavier guys. So I still think within this pandemic, this fight can be made. Is it because they want it in front of fans? Because they want Inoue to become a superstar, and they thought this fight was going to be the fight that was going to make Inoue the superstar. Listen, this was a fight that I was looking forward to more than any fight. I think this fight was up there with Lomachenko Lopez. I think this is how great this fight was. This would have been a massive fight. And it would have got a lot of attention for the little men. Obviously, compared to the bigger guys, it wouldn't have got that attention. But for the smaller men, it would have got more attention than any fight. Now, Casimero's boss, Sean Gibbons, is saying that, they'd welcome a fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux, Luis Neri. These are all great fights. Rigondeaux's a tricky guy. Whether I think that that's a good fight for Casimero, I'm not sure. But he is past it, Rigondeaux. But I still think that, that's a tricky guy, and that may be a tricky fight for Casimero. So I don't know whether, I think Inoue makes for the better, more fan-friendly fight. Rigondeaux is very tricky, very good, and he is older. So if Casimero can get the job done and win that fight, I do think that I do think that obviously puts his stock even higher, and it gives him a better chance against Inoue. Inoue is a more attacking fighter. He's more aggressive. Rigondeaux is a lot more defensive, a lot harder to hit. He's a tactician, Rigondeaux. Whereas Inoue is a monster. He comes out there and he's looking to destroy you. But Casimero is exactly the same. That's why we're going to get two monsters colliding, and we're going to get an absolute war. We're going to get a blast. And that's what we want. That's what, as boxing fans, we want. We want to see a great fight. We want to see two great fighters go at one another. And I think these are two great fighters. These are two great warriors that are going to go after one another. So I think that's why it makes for an intriguing matchup. It makes for an intriguing fight. This is, in my opinion, one of the fights of the year if it can get made this year. I can't see it, but I think whenever it does get made, it's going to be one of the fights of the year, because it's that kind of fight. It's just a mouth-watering type of clash between two warriors. So I was really disappointed when the COVID situation hit, because I believe this fight was made for April 20th or something like that. And I was looking forward to this fight. I was so excited for this fight. And then boom, the pandemic hit, which kind of sculptured all the plans. And now they're not even fighting one another. They're scheduled to fight, Casimero just fought, and Inoue is now fighting somebody else. So it's really it's peed me off, that has, because that was one of the fights that I was looking forward to. It would have been an epic fight between him and Inoue, but pandemic has sculptured a lot of things, and this is just one of them. Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo was going to happen. I was looking forward to that one. Casimero and Inoue, Lomachenko Lopez, which obviously been rescheduled again, but a lot of fights have been some fights were planned and they're not even happening, like Saunders Canelo, like Casimero and Inoue. We don't even know whether we're going to get them now. So that's really kind of peed me off, because I was really looking forward to Saunders Canelo. I was really looking forward to Casimero and Inoue, and it's just kind of like gone down the wayside, and I don't know whether it's going to happen. And some of them have been rescheduled, like Lopez Lomachenko, but this one's not even been rescheduled. This one's been completely wiped out. So that's not great news for boxing fans, because I think it was going to be a fan-friendly fight. But again, hopefully these two can get it on eventually, and we get to see a great fight. But that's just my take. Listen, in terms of my prediction, I've said it all along. I think Inoue is the real deal. I think Inoue is special, and I think Inoue is going to beat Casimero. But I do give Casimero a better chance. Now, I think it's a 60-40 fight in Inoue's favor. But I do think Casimero's got a better chance than he did a year ago. I think a year ago I would have said it's a 75-25. But I think Casimero shown me a lot of belief. He showed me in his performances that he's the real deal. So I think now it's a 60-40 fight. And if Casimero can fight someone like Rigondeaux and beat him, then it's a 50-50, or you might even tip Casimero to win. But again, it's a great fight, and hopefully they can make the fight happen. But I want to go on to my second part now. I want to talk about Crawford Brook. Crawford Brook is a fight that's been talked about, and it's frustrating me because I was really looking forward to this fight as well, and it looks like it may not happen. It may not happen because of the fact that the unknown UK network or broadcaster is back in this fight. Disappointing. Now, I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight. I made a video the other day saying that I don't think Brook Crawford's a pay-per-view fight. I don't think it makes any sense for any broadcaster to put it on pay-per-view, because they're not going to do any buys, and the broadcaster's not willing to put the money up if they know that they're not going to make any money from it. It's not. Listen, Brook Crawford on pay-per-view 4 a.m. in the morning, it's just not going to sell. It's just people aren't just going to get up to buy it. They're just not. Neither Brook or Crawford are huge names, and it's not going to do that well here in the UK. Kell Brook, he hasn't really fought a lot in the pay-per-view here in the UK. The only time he fought is when he fought Frankie Gavin, which I doubt the pay-per-view numbers for that were great. And that had a great undercard, by the way. And also, then he fought Spence, which obviously was a big fight, and Golovkin. But apart from that, those are the 3 times he fought on pay-per-view. But they were all at 10 o'clock standard England time or UK time. This is going to be 4 a.m. in the morning. And who's going to get up 4 a.m. in the morning to watch Terence Crawford v Kell Brook when most people think it's a one-sided fight? It's not. it's not a unification fight. It's a world title fight, but it's not exactly a fight where it's a 50-50 fight. You know, Terence Crawford's a huge favorite in the fight, a massive favorite in the fight, and most people think it's going to be a shutout. So I don't blame the broadcasters not for buying it, because it's not a pay-per-view fight. It's a fight which should be aired on free TV, and Sky Sports should take that. Now, I don't know, when Bob Arum says all the UK broadcasters have don't want this fight, is that because ESPN want it on pay-per-view? Because if that's the case, it's not a pay-per-view fight. Brook Crawford is not a pay-per-view fight, and I don't blame the broadcasters here in the UK for not taking that fight. I think if Bob Arum wants it free aired on TV, like Sky Sports 1 or Sky Sports 2, then I think it makes sense for them to take it. And if they're not taking it, then it's a joke. But from what I believe, I think they want it on pay-per-view. And it's not a pay-per-view fight. I said it with my brother that when we made the video, you know, Kell Brook and Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view fight 4 a.m. in the morning. It's just not. It's just not. So they need to kind of structure the plan better. But then they may not be able to pay the fighters. They may not be able to pay Kell Brook the money that he wants. They may not be able to pay Crawford the money he wants. You know, they'd be making a huge loss. And Bob Arum is a very shrewd businessman. He's not in this game to make losses. So if that's the case, this fight isn't going to be happening. That's all I'm saying. This fight is not going to happen if they can't structure a deal with the UK broadcasters, because Bob Arum's not going to just put a fight on if it's making a huge loss. And I think, look, you know, we've been hearing about rumours about Crawford Brook for a while now, and they've not got the deal over the line. They've not managed to seal or close the show or get this contract signed and announce the fight, because Bob Arum's not in the business of taking losses. You know, and if the fight can't be put on UK pay-per-view, I think they'd be making a loss. I think they'd be making a loss anyway, because I don't think people will buy it. But from what Bob Arum was saying, I think the UK broadcaster will obviously pay a fee for the fight. Do you see what I mean? And they're probably not willing to pay that fee for the fight because they think they're going to be making a loss on it, because they don't think they're going to be making that money back. Because I'm pretty sure when a UK broadcaster buys a fight, they're paying for that fight. And they make the money back through the pay-per-view. But the broadcasters in BT and Sky know they're not going to make their money back. They're not going to make their money back because Brook Crawford is not a big fight 4 a.m. in the morning here in the UK. So both BT and Sky don't want to, and ITV for that matter, don't want to put the money up for a fight they know they can't sell to the public. They can't sell it. And they haven't got enough time. It's 6 weeks. November 14th is 6 weeks away. It's just not a big enough fight. So I don't know whether Brook Crawford will happen. And that'll be a shame for Kell Brook. That'll be a shame for Kell Brook if that fight don't happen. But there is a strong possibility it won't happen, because I just don't think the money's there. No broadcaster is going to be willing to throw their money down the drain when they know that the fight's going to be a loss. They know pay-per-view wise the numbers aren't going to be great. So why are you going to throw your money down the drain? You're not. You're not going to throw your money down the drain. Especially in a global pandemic like this, when everyone's struggling, when broadcasters are struggling, not going to just throw their money away for a fight which they don't think is going to do them any profits or make any money for them. They're not going to do that. So that's my take on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the like button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.